actually, we have seen a lot of video coming out of the media, you know. A lot of people were there, a lot with their phones, including a stunning aerial view. Watch. I just can't get over that one. It's like the Red Sea, just the shots fire and people just scatter. You can hear the screams even from this far away. Can you imagine what it was like in the crowd? Then there's this, the fan, remember? Possible suspects being tackled by just a dad with his family. Just took him down. Just amazing stuff. We also had video of an arrest. There was pictures rolling right here. You see the guy with a bright yellow jersey with a hoodie, it looks like. He's got number 15 in red in the jersey. Remember this one. I'm going to bring this back in a moment. It's important. Sometimes these wide shots are just too wide to see anything. Like, what do you see there? It just looks like candy. You just really can't make it out. It's too wide. It's sometimes grainy. But could these videos be a key to making an ID of who the actual shooter or shooters were? Can these be enhanced? Like, what's our tech? What tech level are we at now? Can the gunman or the gunmen be spotted in that million-man crowd? And for that, I want to bring in Michael Primeau. He is the managing partner of Primeau Forensics expert who specializes in cases where digital media recordings are submitted as evidence. Michael, look, it's a simple question. Can those videos that we just showed be enhanced? Could we get a better picture of who is the killer?
Yeah, absolutely. Surveillance video recordings, although they don't always make the most accurate eyewitnesses, there is a forensic approach to clarification of the video images to be able to see things more clearly and track the events as they occurred. The crucial component is to ensure...
Go ahead. Well, we're looking at the picture, and it all looks like everyone's wearing a little bit of pink because obviously it was a Kansas City Chiefs rally. They're all wearing red jerseys. But I'm going to ask the control room to roll that picture of the guy in the bright yellow jersey with the number 15 on the back. That is a very unique jersey, and he's being cuffed, and we don't know if he's one of the people who's being detained right now. But, Jamie, if you could, yeah, let's roll that. So see how bright that color is? When you talk about enhancing that crowd shot, do you think you'll be able to see that color and see that actual jersey and see if that jersey has an arm extended with a gun firing?
Probably not to the extent that we'll be able to detect position of firearms, as well as even in a lot of cases that we investigate tonal values or color values. And that's because of concepts like data compression that actually change those tonal values when the video is being recorded by the digital video recorder. The technical concept is called chroma subsampling. So although surveillance recordings can aid in seeing things more clearly, making identifications, especially from this distance, can be very rare.
I have like 10 seconds left, but I do have to ask you, there were so many bullets fired, so many people shot. They've got slugs, they've got casings. Why do we not have matches already made? They recovered guns at the scene, and they've got the bullets that came out of guns. How long would it take to make those matches?
That's probably a question that law enforcement is only going to be able to answer within their investigations. But as far as the videos are concerned, the more videos we have, the more accurate and timeline that we're going to be able to create with identifying what happened here.
Yeah, it feels to me like with the ballistics and the video and the enhancements and things that your company, Primeau Forensics and forensics experts. Thank you, Mike Primeau. It's good of you to come on and tell us that. I thought we were going to have an ace in the hole with that yellow shirt, and there you are to tell me that video compresses it. Thanks for your info. Appreciate it.
Thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.